Hello, and welcome to Griefcraft. Today, we'll explore an Italian folktale about happiness, contentment, and the difference between having everything and having enough. I'll read the story first, then share some reflections. Take a quiet moment. Let yourself settle as we move through it together as one. The Happy Man's Shirt. A king's son fell gravely ill. The greatest doctors in the land tried everything, but nothing worked. Finally, a wise woman told the king, "There is one cure. The prince must wear the shirt of a truly happy man. Only that will heal him." The king sent his servants across the kingdom to find a happy man. They went to the wealthiest merchant in the city. "Surely you are happy," they said. "You have gold, land, and power." "Happy?" The merchant laughed bitterly. "I spend every night terrified someone will steal what I have." They went to a famous general. "You've won every battle. You must be happy." "I am consumed by the next war," the general said. "I cannot rest." They traveled to priests, to scholars, to lords. Each one had everything, and each one was miserable. Finally, walking through the countryside at dusk, the servants heard singing. A poor man sat outside a small cottage, mending his shoes, singing as he worked. "Are you happy?" they asked him. "Happy?" The man looked up, surprised. "Yes, I have enough to eat, a roof over my head, and I enjoy my work. I'm very happy." The servants were overjoyed. "We need your shirt. The prince is dying, and only the shirt of a happy man can save him. The king will pay you anything." The man laughed. "I would give it to you freely," he said, "but I don't own a shirt." The happy man had nothing. No wealth, no status, no security. Just a roof, enough food, and work he didn't hate. By every measure the king's servants understood, he should have been miserable. Yet he wasn't. And that's the uncomfortable truth this parable offers. Happiness doesn't wait for your circumstances to be fixed. We tell ourselves we'll be happy when we get the job, the relationship, the money, the stability. When the crisis passes, when the pain stops, when we finally have enough, then we'll be able to rest, to breathe, to feel okay. But the merchant had gold and couldn't sleep. The general had power and couldn't rest. The prince had everything a kingdom could offer and was dying anyway. And the man with nothing? No shirt, no savings, no safety net, was singing while he mended his shoes. This isn't about pretending your problems don't exist or convincing yourself poverty is noble. The happy man wasn't happy because he had nothing. He was happy because he wasn't waiting for more to allow himself to be content with what was in front of him. He had enough food, a roof, work that didn't crush him, and instead of spending his energy mourning what he lacked, he spent it singing. That's not ignorance. That's a choice. A hard one. Maybe the hardest one. To look at a life that doesn't meet any standard definition of success and decide, this is still worth enjoying. The king's servants kept searching for happiness in people who had everything, assuming that's where it lives. But happiness wasn't hiding in the palace or the treasury. It was sitting outside a cottage, mending shoes, singing a song no one was paying to hear. You don't need the shirt. You don't need everything to be fixed, or safe, or stable. You don't need the crisis to be over, or the pain to stop, or the future to be secure. You just need to stop waiting for permission to notice what's already here. The fact that you're still alive, still capable of small pleasures, still able to find something, anything, worth singing about, while you mend what's broken. The happy man couldn't give the prince his shirt, but the lesson wasn't in the shirt. It was in the fact that a man with nothing had what a prince with everything couldn't find. Happiness doesn't require circumstances. It requires the refusal to wait for better ones before you let yourself feel it. This has been Griefcraft. Thank you for listening.